All right, guys, let's talk about how you clean that driveway. Okay. One of the easier things to clean if you know what you're doing. So, um, first things first, you arrive and you're going to check for any oil stains, any grease stains. If they're there, I'm not going to give you one product to fix all. I use a certain brand, but what you're going to do is you're going to do one of these commercial grade degreaser. And you're just going to see what comes up that's reasonably priced and rated well, because it's going to be different for everybody's area. Mine has a certain one. You're not going to have easy access to it. Commercial industrial grade degreaser, and you apply it with a pump sprayer, and that's the first step. Okay? Then you're going to go on and you're going to head over there and you're going to wet down that grass. It's going to look a little bit like this. You're going to go ahead and wet it down so that the soft wash doesn't end up killing the grass on the sides. So it looks kind of like this. So you're going to take your X-Jet and you're going to water all those areas where you might have some runoff. And obviously with the X-Jet you can shoot quite a distance, and that's how that kind of looks. You do that all the way around where there's any danger of grass being killed. And that's pretty much step one. Okay? So once you've done that, you go ahead and apply the soft wash, and you apply it dry. You don't have this on a wet driveway. You don't want to put water on it. You want it dry so that it cleans as strong as it can. And this is here applying that chlorine to the driveway, you can see, and you shoot away from the grass so that it doesn't get on the grass. Okay? And then once you've done that, then you're going to go on and use your surface cleaner. You don't want to use a regular nozzle. You want to use a surface because it covers the area faster and it's more reliable, and there's going to be less likelihood of streaking. So you just go systematically back and forth, and that's how you do that for the driveway. Nice and smooth. You don't go too fast. You don't go too slow. You don't want to take all day. You want to bust these driveways out. This is a business. You go from one to the next. You want to make a good profit. So you can go too slow, and you'll leave little marks here if you do, right? So then when that's done, what you do is you're going to do a rinse with something stronger, probably a turbo nozzle. You can use a regular green tip, but you want some power, and you just kind of want to get rid of all that mud that you just cleaned out. Okay? So you give it a good rinse with the turbo. This is if you're using a 4-gallon. On a stronger, bigger machine, you can just use a green tip or a white tip to rinse, and you just rinse that down. Might take a little bit of time, but once that's done, then you're going to do your final X-Jet rinse. And this is kind of to make everything just kind of round off and look nice. You might have gotten some dirt on the side of the house there, and just kind of get that dirt off and make it look perfect. And then when you're all done, the driveway should look really good. Typically, the driveway will look either like this, or you got a driveway before and after like this. Sometimes the customer doesn't know the correct color of their driveway. Or, it looks like this, but really it should be looking like this. And that's your standard driveway. And that's what they will end up with if you do those 5 steps. And you do those steps rapidly. You get through it quick. Surface cleaner should be fast. The turbo rinse, that should go relatively fast. That's probably your longest step. The X-Jet rinse, that should go very fast. The soft wash, all of these are just a few minutes, okay? And then you end up with a perfect looking driveway and you can go on to the next thing. And don't forget to upsell your customer. Don't only do the driveway. But there you go. That's how that works.